Hey guys, Hefe here from DiabloElites.com. This is going to be your guide to the Diablo 3 auction house. If you want to check out some of our other guides, like my monk guide that I just posted, there's a DPS guide and a survival guide. And it does actually have part of an explanation on what I'm going to talk about today, just so I can use that as an example for what I'm searching for. If you played other games that have auction houses in them, you're probably used to searching by specific types of gear or browsing through lists of gear and trying to break it down by level requirement and things like that. Well, Diablo 3 has a great way of searching for equipment. You just choose the equipment button and choose what character you want to search for. If you're choosing, like say my monk here, I'm going to be able to only choose items that I can actually use. So I am just going to do for all one-handed item types. I don't really care what I get. But I can't get ceremonial knives, so it really helps out with that. Plus, when you search and it pulls up, the comparison for the item you're pointing at, it's going to compare it to the weapon that that character is currently using. So if I search for my wizard, then it comes up with the crappy little dagger she has. So looking at how to break this down to make this quick and simple, if you search for something like armor, and you want to go for an upgrade, say I hate my shoulders, and I want to find an upgrade for my shoulders. I'm not just going to search, look at this, almost 3 million gold. If I search for the highest buyout, look at that, 2 billion gold. It's not even really that great. Okay, so if you search for like minimum buyout, for example, look at that, all these NAs. How long is it going to take for you to find something you want to buy? Or you can buy, regardless of how much money you have. If you want to buy something now, you can't buy it if it doesn't have a buyout. So what I do is I put a max buyout. Say I have 200,000 gold. I'm going to put that as 200,000 gold. Right now I'm broke, but I do that because if I find something that I want that is that expensive, if I really want, I'm going to buy it. If I don't, I'm not going to buy it. But at least I'm going to find it. I'm not going to say, well, I only want to spend 1,000 gold. Oh, this stuff sucks. I'm not going to buy it. Okay. Well, be a little realistic. Go for the whole range. So that way you can try to find something you want, and that not only gets rid of the stuff for billions of gold, but if you sort by the minimum buyout, which is what we're going to be doing, you're going to find stuff right off the bat, first page of items you can buy now. You're not going to see all those NAs. So if I'm going to be looking for shoulders, I don't change my level range. I'm going to keep that all the way up. You know why? Because I don't care what level requirement it is. If I'm level 60 right now, I can use everything. I just care what stats I have on the item. So if I want to get, let's see, what do I have on my shoulders now? Strength, dexterity, vitality, and extra gold. That's kind of crappy. No, I'm not going to lie. That's pretty crappy. So if I want to find something that has, let's say, all resistances, so I can get some defense here because I'm getting my ass kicked in Inferno. Like the gap between Act 1 and Act 2 is ridiculous. I'm going to keep my damage, and I'm going to go with some vitality. Obviously, I can just search for stuff without putting minimum requirements, and it's going to come up with items probably about comparable to what I have now. See, all this stuff isn't really that great, but so right now I have, 70 dexterity and 50 vitality. So if I want to find something, 70 dexterity, 50 vitality, and we'll just say 20 to all resistances. I'm just throwing numbers out there. Still search by minimum buyout, and look what we have. If this had instead of arcane resistance, if it had cold resistance, I would probably buy this right now, because the part that I mentioned that is in my DPS and survival guides is my explanation on the passive one with everything that makes all of the monks' resistances equal the highest resistance. I stack cold resistance, and I get stuff with cold resistance on it and resist to all elements. So if I have 20 and 20, I get 40 to cold. People don't understand that stacks, and if you try to find something with just cold resistance on it, it's only going to go so high. It might be the highest, I don't know what it is now, like say 50 to cold resistance or 50 to all resistances. Well, you can get both on the same piece of gear. So that's 100 to all resistances with that passive ability. So monks have it easy with that passive. Anyway, and I usually search for stuff with cold and all resistances, but I'm doing a little different here for this particular piece of gear. Anyway, searching for these items, these are cheap, pretty relatively cheap, but they get expensive pretty fast. Going up to 100,000 gold. But it gives you lots of results. Well, say I'm willing to spend, up to about 200,000 gold. I could search through all of this stuff here, trying to find things I want, or I just throw something in here. See, 100 dexterity. Look at that. 105 dexterity. That's a lot of damage. That's gonna add. 35 dexterity is probably gonna end up adding, I don't know, 20 damage per dexterity, something like that. It's a lot at this point. Sorry for you pros out there laughing at me. So if I want to search for something that has 100 vitality, I'm not going to find it because it doesn't exist. But if I do want it, I'm going to have to take this down. Dexterity goes down to 50. There we go. See? Lots of life and still getting quite a bit of damage there. So if I still want to find something that's comparable to what I got now, let's isolate it down. Still go by minimum buyout. And there's that piece of gear, and so on and so forth. Look at that right there. Cold resistance and resistance to all elements. I wish I had money. That'd be awesome. So I'd probably buy that right now. So anyway, if you're wanting to look on the auction house, search by minimum buyout. Put a maximum buyout in there to get rid of all the NAs, so that way you can search easier through that minimum buyout. And then put the different types of stats that you want on there. Not everything has everything, so if you want to find something with attack speed, that's great. Amulet, sure, it's there, but if you go to chest armor, it's not going to be there. You can't get attack speed on everything. So if you're looking for upgrades for specific pieces of gear, you're going to have to adjust this as you go. There are certain items like legendaries that have stuff, like I think my helmet right now has attack speed on it. Yeah, see, Andario's Visage. Attack speed increased by 13%. You can't get attack speed for a helmet. Not on the auction house. Not by searching for it. So it's going to be kind of tough sometimes to find the gear that you want exactly, because it may not exist. But, that's actually not a bad helmet right there. But it's very, very important that you don't overshoot your restrictions on that. Look for stuff you want, look for upgrades, find things that are big upgrades. Right now, it's hard for me to find anything that's cheap. I got to the point in the game where I was able to spend all of my money on cheap gear, and now anything better is going to be like 200,000 plus gold for the most part, and it's only going to be a little bit of an upgrade. So I need to save my money and really get something good. My last purchase was this weapon, and let's just take all these out here. This is what I did. I went through and searched, I think it was 100 dexterity for my weapon, for two-handed, and I sorted by DPS, and that's what I got there. And this polearm here is actually not too bad either, but it's a lot of money. So I just waited until I found something that I wanted, that had the stats that I wanted, because I went from like an 800 damage staff to a 1,000 damage staff. It's a little better, I'd say. So, I mean, take your time. Try not to spend all your money in one place. My friends asked me about how they might be able to do a little different, do a little better in the auction house. This is what I had told them, and they went from not being able to solo Act 2 Hell to just completely destroying it without issue. And it's just a matter of knowing what stats you need and how to work the auction house in a way that you're not just going to be wasting your money. This isn't a get rich, because we're not selling anything on here. This is about how to buy it, and how to buy stuff on here, and how to be smart about it. There's probably some other ways that people can show you how to buy stuff. Mine's mainly to be efficient with getting the gear you need to get moving. If you guys like this video, please share it and like it on Facebook and on our website. We have the Facebook link on there, and comment and subscribe on YouTube. Again, this is Hefe from DiabloElites.com.